In today's Community Focus, we are talking about the Superman building, possible financial relief for Rhode Islanders, and a run for the Treasurer's office. We are joined live in studio by Commerce Secretary Stefan Pryor. Thanks for being with us today.
Great to be with you, Brian.
Let's start with the first one. Your big announcement this week. You are running for Treasurer.
Yes.
You've been preparing for this for a while at this point. Our Ted Nesi had reported that in August you purchased the website Pryor for RI. The other Democratic candidate, James Diosa, has been fundraising for several months at this point. So why now for you, when you've been obviously laying kind of the groundwork for a while?
Yes. Why now is that, first of all, I wanted to make sure that I responsibly completed many of my duties as Commerce Secretary. So we were working to ensure that there was relief going out to small businesses and impacted industries. We had a certain deal involving a certain iconic tower that we were working on to see if we could breathe new life into the Superman building. A number of projects of that kind, so I want to do that responsibly. And also, there was a deadline in that there was a meeting of the city and town Democratic chairs. And that was one of the things that I kept in mind, and I wanted to file and be in the race if I was going to do it in advance of that. That just happened.
You know, you've told 12 News in the past that previous treasurers have really helped to stabilize the pension fund, finances for the state. This may be an opportunity to open the door to new possibilities for the position. What would those possibilities be that you bring?
I would maintain a focus on the pension fund and on the finances of the state and make sure that we keep them stable. But thankfully, several past treasurers have ensured that we're in good shape, never take it for granted. What I'd like to do is build upon the platform of the Treasurer's Office to offer more of a catalyst for the economy, meaning a permanent home for relief and support for small businesses, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses. I'd like to ensure that we invest sufficiently in green energy in our state, fight climate change, and grow the economy. I'd like to ensure that women who are escaping domestic violence have the financial footing to leave a household where there may be an abuser, because very often household financial accounts, bank accounts, are tied together. So how can we provide anonymous bridge financing for women to escape? These are the kinds of things I'd like to do with the office, and with a heavy emphasis, again, on moving that economy forward.
Focusing on that part of it.
Yes.
And just to be clear, you're stepping down from the Commerce
I am in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yes.
To focus on this run.
To focus on this run.
You alluded to it when we first started talking, that iconic piece in Providence, the Superman building.
Yes.
$220 million rehabilitation deal, 285 apartments. A portion of those are classified to be affordable.
Yes.
That announcement came out last month.
Yes.
Huge news for certainly longtime Rhode Islanders watching it. Where does that all stand? How are we moving forward?
We're moving forward great. So first of all, the state is only contributing about 12% of the project budget. So most of the financing is coming from elsewhere. That we bargained hard to do a good deal for the taxpayers of Rhode Island. That's what you'd see in me as treasurer, is I'd always protect the taxpayers. We need to breathe new life into that building. It shouldn't be dark and dormant. That's not a good symbol of our state, of our economy. We need it to be lit and active, and that's what we want to do. We've already had 2 public approvals. The Commerce Corporation Board already approved what it's going to contribute, and the Providence Redevelopment Agency already approved its financing. So 2 approvals down, more to come. We all need to stay focused on making sure that that project is successful.
So not a pipe dream.
No, it's not a pipe dream. This is real, and I have to tell you, one of the reasons it's real is it's a residential conversion, as you just said, 285 residential units with affordability built in, 20% of units affordable or workforce housing. You know, it's a hot residential market. It's the right time to secure financing for a residential project. And we need more units, including more affordable units, for our working families, for our lower income Rhode Islanders, for all Rhode Islanders, at price points that are achievable. We need to do that. So we need to build more housing. It's accomplishing all these things at once.
In one location.
Yes.
We have about a minute left with you today. Everything costs more right now.
Yes.
For everybody. Is there talk about some relief coming for Rhode Islanders?
There is. There is. I think we need to take a look at the fact that we have a surplus in excess of $800 million. And we need to provide the kind of relief in the near term that would be sustainable over the long term for Rhode Islanders. So sales tax relief. Governor McKee has hinted at it. I want to double down on his point. I think he's right that our sales tax is 7%. Our neighboring states, Connecticut and Massachusetts, for example, those are our neighboring states, are closer to 6%. I think we could do something to notch that sales tax rate down, and I think we could provide relief right at the checkout counter for Rhode Islanders. So stay tuned for more on that.
All right, we certainly will. We'll be asking more. Commerce Secretary Stefan Pryor, we appreciate your time today.
Great to be with you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much. In the Democratic primary, by the way, Pryor, as of now, will face former Central Falls Mayor James Diossa. On the Republican side, James Lathrop, the town finance director of North Kingstown, has announced his run for the office of treasurer.